Hi, my name is Vio and I'm a Google Workspace teacher. In this video, I'm going to explain conditional formatting in Google Sheets. We will learn three most common uses of conditional formatting. Those are, we will learn how to format a cell based on a condition. We will also learn how to use a heat map in Google Sheets using conditional formatting. And finally, I will show you how to highlight an entire row based on the condition that you set. Thank you very much, and let's deep dive. In our first example, we are using conditional formatting to highlight values only. And in this table you are seeing here, just imagine you are a sales manager and you have set the sales target to be above 50,000 and you really want to quickly see who are meeting or who are not meeting the target. So this is where conditional formatting is really important. And in our case, we want to check this. We want to highlight if these values are, let's say we just highlight if they are less than 50,000. So in simple way, what we will do is we need to come to format and then you can see conditional formatting. This is where we'll click. Then what is extremely important is you need to identify your range, and our range will be, let's just click here. You can choose where you want, but this is how I prefer. This is where it will start from until B13. But what I usually advise is you need to make your ranges open-ended such that if any new values are added, then the formula or the condition will work automatically. And by opening, we have to remove that. So what this basically means is if any value is added here, then the condition will apply, will definitely reflect. Okay, so the next one, we have identified the range, and then the next one is now our condition, and we are saying our condition is less than 50,000. Then our value is 50,000, and then if it's less than 50,000, green means positive. So let's highlight in something red. Oh, this is too high. So let's say red. So it's very easy. This is the easiest conditional formatting. You can see you have identified that you want to format cells if the values are less than 50,000, and it's as simple as that. So if, for example, let's say you add someone here, and then you say the sales value maybe was 60,000. So let's format the sales 6,000 definitely will not highlight because it's not less than 50,000. Let's select a value which is less than 50,000. Now let's talk about heat maps. Heat maps bring attention to the high and low values in your data. So this table actually without any formatting it doesn't pass any message to you, right? So that's why we need heat map. Okay, so as we know, we first need to go to conditional formatting. Let me just cancel here. To use conditional formatting, we need to go to formatting and then apply conditional formatting. And now, since you want to use a heat map, we will no longer require single color. What we require is color scale. And the first step is always to highlight your range. Where do you want to apply your format? That is why it's extremely important. So let's pick our range, and now we are saying this is the range. As I said, your table may be dynamic. You may add some other cells since later. So you need to keep your range open so that if you add anyone, then the formatting will keep on applying without any problem. All right, so then there are some default values if you want to choose from here, or you can also make your own custom color scheme. But let's say in this case, let's say we take it from red, in the middle white, and then green, which are the high. So that's as simple as that. You can see now our heat map in this table. You see that month of May is when everyone was doing well, and month of February is when everyone was somehow doing poorly. So heat maps basically will help you to compare your data over a period of. You can also compare your performances of employees. So you can see in this range, for example, who was doing better, Zoom was doing better than anyone in this month. Now, most importantly, let's talk about conditional formatting that will highlight for you entire row. That is, let's say, for example, if you want to say if the state is Alabama, then it needs to highlight every data here. And in our case, let's use the confirmed cases. These are COVID-19 data. So we are saying let's use the cases, the confirmed cases. If they are more than 20, then highlight entire row. Okay, so is that your conditional formatting? And what is important is we need to highlight the range. So the range we need to apply the data to will always start from here, then until down. If we keep it open like this, then it will be easier. Yeah, so that if you add any other values, the format will apply. Okay, so this is our range A2 until down. Okay, and now this is where we use what we call custom formula in conditional formatting. So the formula you are putting here is similar to what you do in Google Sheet. There's no difference. Okay, so let's see, what do we want? What we want is we want to format the row if cases are more than 20 and cases are in column E. So first of all, let's begin with E. Then when E is greater than 20, what color do we want? I will come back to conclude everything. Let's say if case is more than 20, let's highlight in this case. Okay, so what we are saying is if, and most important here is you need to be able to freeze the range, otherwise it will not work. So let's start, which is our first step. First step to write our condition. Our first step is the first value here. So if you say A2, then this should be your first value where you should always start from. So we say E2 is greater than 20. So we are saying if E2 is greater than 20, highlight the entire row. So what we need to do is we need to ensure the E in this case is constant. It will not change, because if you leave it open-ended like this, it may go to F2, it may go to D2, it may go to C2, depending. So that is why you have to lock E, column E. So it means it will go to E2, E3 until the end. And to lock, is shift, or you have locked your column. So you are saying column column E2 or column E, starting from row number 2, is greater than 20, highlight formula with red. And to conclude our formula, in Google Sheet, any formulas you write, you must start with equal. So if you say now equal, then it will appear. Perfect. So you see, in this case, we are saying E2 is greater than 20. So this formula, what it does is, it will go from E2, it will depend on this range. It will go from E2 to E3 and check if it's greater than 20. It goes down until, let's say, E14. Now, when it reaches E14, it's more than 20, then it will highlight. So this is constant, but the row number will change for you. And that's how you use conditional formatting to highlight entire row